Without a doubt, Zabu is one of the most impactful cards. I believe it's the most played card currently, and this is a part of the $10 Battle Pass. And some people even said that it is the best card in the game right now. And I love Zabu. He helped me climb to level 100 Infinite, but I used a lot of Pool 4 and Pool 5 cards and a ton of Pool 3 or Series 3 cards. So a lot of people have been saying, hey, I've got Zabu, but I don't have all those Series 3, 4, and 5 cards. I don't have Darkhawk. I don't have Absorbing Man, and so on and so on. So I went on a quest to find the best Zabu deck, like if you're in Pool 2 or if you only have limited access to Pool 3. And I found 3 decks, and I'm just going to talk about what each one does, what I would change about them. And then I've also got the stats on each deck. I guess I'll go in order, and I played them for a bit, and I had mixed results. I'm playing in Infinite, playing against other streamers. I'm playing with people with full of Pool 5, high elo. And so I can't say I was like, yeah, you can climb at any, but I think if you're matchmaking is going to be based off of your collection level, your rank, and your elo, right? And we don't know exactly what it is, but I do think that these are logical decks. Now, this is the first deck that I tried right here. It has Angela, which is a good, strong card to build power. I think that's a great card. And then you start adding cards. As long as you play her early, she can add up. Scorpion is just an amazing card with minus 1 power to your opponent's hand. Very detrimental. You'll see this card used in a multitude of builds. Lizard is also a good card. I think the primary purpose of Lizard is to be ahead early in the match so you have initiative so you can disrupt the board. But this does come into play sometimes later, and you have to be mindful that there's this minus 3 ongoing effect. Storm, which will wipe out a lane, and then people typically follow up with Jessica Jones. That way she turns into an 8-play Storm on turn 3, Jessica Jones on turn 4. Then we've got Zabu, which is kind of the crux of the whole deck. And what I've been doing is typically snapping when I know I'm going to be able to play Zabu. Then Killmongers for control, wipes out those pesky tokens. Shang-Chi's for control. Santris won me many matches. And then we've got Moon Girl, which doubles up your hand. Now, I feel like this is where the deck falls short, is here going on. It's just White Queen and America Chavez. I feel like this deck desperately needs a Devil Dinosaur. And the idea is to duplicate your hand so that you have 2 Devil Dinos and go on. So this one I liked the least. Now, I do want to look at the stats because these stats can be, for this deck, can be tracked on a website called marvelsnap.pro. I'm just going to go over there and show you the public win rate of this deck based off of 2,042 tracked matches. And it doesn't say what collection level, what elo, what rank those matches happened, but you can see that it has, above, a good win rate. I'm going to say that, anything over like 53% is good. And then it has a relatively good average cube rate. So I do like that deck. I just wish that it had a better win condition. Now, the next deck that I tried, I liked a little bit better myself. I just had better luck with it. Sunspot. All right, great card. Sunspot is overall great card when you're not spending energy. When you're playing Zabu, sometimes you're not spending energy because all the 4-cost cards go to 2. And so then it just gets soaked up in Sunspot. Agent 13. Now, this is a card that I would probably change to Nightcrawler or Iceman. Your choice. Do whatever you want. But I know what the idea of this card here is. The idea of this card right here is that it reveals a card and puts an extra card in your hand, which is giving extra power, +2 power to Devil Dino. But I also feel like because this deck is running Storm, you can use, let's say, Nightcrawler. And Nightcrawler might be useful to get extra power into that Storm lane, because the path for this really is to play Storm turn 3, Jessica Jones on turn 4. And I feel like Nightcrawler might be a better choice there. Zabu, of course, is great. Now, Jubilee is a Series 3 card, so a lot of people may not have Jubilee, and I think you could replace that with any of your favorite 4 cost cards. There's a lot of good choices that you could replace that with. So you got Shang-Chi, which is for control, Enchantress also for control, Jessica Jones to go into the storm lane, and then this is where it gets interesting. Again, Moon Girl, you know, playing Zabu on turn 3, Moon Girl on turn 4, and duplicating your hand and having 2 Devil Dinos, and where you play a Devil Dino on turn 5 and then on turn 6, felt really good. Now this deck here, let's look at the stats on this, and this was based off of this is a more popular deck right here. This is based off of 6,300 tracked matches. Again, positive win rate with good cubes, so I feel like this is a good deck also for climbing. Now let's get into the third deck, and the third deck is a little different because it does not have any Series 3 cards in it. Basically, it's Zabu, and all of these cards are either starter cards, Series 1 or Series 2. I feel like I could replace her with Sunspot. I would have just been happy. I just did not really like the way she felt at all in this deck. But this deck list included it. Maybe this people that are playing are coming across Kazoo a lot, and this was like a helpful solution. But for me, I just feel like there's better choices. Iceman is in there already, but you know, Sunspot or even Nightcrawler might be good choices. Agent 13 again is fueling Devil Dino. Iceman is just a good card. Probably, I just want to say Sunspot and Iceman are probably the best 1-drops in the game. So those cards can be just used in a lot of different decks. I feel like they have a lot of use in multiple decks, all the time, without a doubt. Now, as far as 2-drops, we've got Cable. Again, this synergizes with Devil Dino. So right there, Cable is giving an extra card into your hand, which is good for getting 2 extra power. There are other 2-drops that are just considered good cards. Like if you're not liking that, some of my favorite 2-drops in the game are going to be Scorpion because of the disruption nature, and then also Lizard, I feel like, is a very good card also. So let's move on. Armor. See, this is the problem with armor, is I was finding that you have to be picky about your placement. You really want to use armor to protect your Devil Dino, but then you also need to worry about Shang-Chi and Elektra from foiling your plans with your opponent. But armor is a good utility card, a good 2-drop, and also has reasonable power for the 2 costs. Zabu, again, very good. And then we're getting into the 4-drops. Great utility. I can't tell you the number of times this guy's won the game. And then again, if you get Zabu out there and then you run Moon Girl, there's many a times where you'll have 2 of them. So that is very good. Jessica Jones, very good after just a solid 4-drop right here. A lot of people play Storm first and then they play Jessica Jones. So you have to be mindful of don't playing a card here on the following turn to get that 4 extra power. The whole combo synergizes around Moon Girl to have 2 Devil Dinosaurs ideally. And then White Queen is an amazing just good card, right? She has 6 power for 4 cost. And then I can't tell you the number of times that I played this card in multiple decks and has won me so many games. Knowing what your opponent has is very good. Or pulling a card from your opponent when you don't have a lot of cards in your hand and then being able to use that against them. And then her power to cost ratio is just amazing. And then we got Devil Dino. Now, these deck lists all have Chavez, and the idea of Chavez is that she always gets pulled on turn 6, not before. So that effectively makes your deck size 11 cards. And so with 11 cards, you're going to have a better chances of drawing Zabu and drawing into the combo. Plus, it's just really convenient to have her guaranteed to pull on turn 6 so that you can put down the power and win the match. Let me know what you think. Do you think these decks will work for you? Again, I would tweak them around a little bit to make them work best. And then, I guess the stats on this one. Let me show you the stats, and then we'll wrap up the video. The stats on this one right here, and this was played over a smaller collection pool, only on 716 tracked matches. Lower win rate and lower cube rate. It did feel good to me. I would just like to change around this Elektra. The Elektra didn't really work for me. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching and keep on going. Bye for now.